Hey everybody, welcome back to BK's Bullets. Today we're talking about The Flash by Grant Morrison and Mark Millar. Hey everybody, welcome back to BK's Bullets. My name is Brent and we are going to talk about The Flash. I picked this up. This is a little trade paperback. I would call it like a complete collection or whatever the hell. It's 12 issues long, and it's got the stories that Grant Morrison and Mark Millar worked on together. One of the few times I think they actually worked together, and that was here on this run on The Flash. This takes place in the 90s, in terms of when it was published. I think it's right in the middle of Mark Waid's run. Like, Mark Waid took a break, Grant Morrison, Mark Millar took over for a year, and then at the end of this, they say, coming soon, Mark Waid returns to The Flash as Barry and Linda Park, not Barry, gosh, this is Wally. Wally and Linda Park are engaged now. They're going to get married in the future issues of Mark Waid's Flash, right? So this is an interesting time period for The Flash. I haven't read a whole bunch of this stuff. You've got Max Mercury running around with Impulse. You got Jesse Quick running around. You got Jay Garrick. Basically, the family of speedsters are the supporting characters in this comic run, the same way that the TV show of The Flash has Killer Frost and Vibe and all those other secondary characters. This Flash book right now is about a group of speedsters focusing on Wally West, who's the second Flash. Barry died in Crisis on Infinite Earths for almost 40 years ago at this point. So if you're not familiar with that, I'm sorry. But anyway, this is a cool little collection. There's little groupings. I think there are usually like 3 issues, a 3-issue storyline, and then another one, and another, and another. This is a little bit more than 12 issues because you have an issue of Green Arrow and Green Lantern in here, where those 3 heroes, Green Arrow, Green Lantern, and the Flash, who are all the successors. So you have Connor Hawke, Kyle Rayner, and Wally West. They go on a vacation together. They have an adventure. Those are thrown in here as well. There's not really a continuous artist. There's a whole bunch of them in here. You got Paul Ryan, John Nyberg, Pop Mahan, and a bunch of other artists jumping in here to lend their talents. So there's not really a cohesive, consistent artistic style here, but from storyline to storyline there is one. So that is nice. So anytime you change a new storyline, you'll get a new artist. And obviously when you're switching between the Green Arrow, Green Lantern, and Flash issues, you're getting a different artist each time there. So that is one thing that's kind of a detriment to it. There's definitely some Grant Morrison-y stuff here, but I think the strength of it is that you have Mark Millar to kind of temper that weird, super duper high concept stuff, and he breaks it down. And I feel like Mark Millar is the one actually doing the scripting and writing the dialogue, because stuff does not read like Grant Morrison normally does for me. So it's actually, I really did enjoy reading these short little, not vignettes, but all these collections of stories here, these 3-issue arcs. And then Morrison leaves in the most Morrison-iest manner possible. Flash raises some little cartoon character that's made of pure energy, who's kind of told to do so by these 2 larger-than-life gods who bet on things. I'm trying to find a picture of these 2 guys here. Very Morrison-y in the concept here, or else, the entire world dies. And it's like endless running where you have to race again and again and again to keep your planet alive. And when you die, they destroy your planet. It's a whole thing. It's very Morrison-y, but it's done well. It's called The Human Race, this arc here. I think because I want to say I feel like it's because Mark Millar is doing the scripts, or doing the human pass rather than the high concept pass. Let's do it that way. The last 3 issues are hearkening to the cover, where you have the introduction of the Black Flash here, which is the god of death for speedsters, and that is written by only Mark Millar. Morrison jumps off and I guess goes to get ready for X-Men, or still JLA still going on at this time. So he is jumping off the book for the last 3 issues. And those, I think, were okay. Honestly, that being the cover of the story of the trade paperback, you kind of anticipated that was going to be the best storyline in here, but it was not. It was not the best storyline in here. I would say they were all pretty about equal in terms of quality, like a good 7 out of 10, that kind of thing, with the Black Flash storyline, just bumping down a little bit. But, I had some fun here reading this. So I think if you find this in a bargain bin, definitely worth checking out if you find it for a really cheap price. I think I got mine at a bargain bin at one of these comic book conventions or store sales or whatever, like under $10, maybe it was $5 or something like that. I think around there is a pretty good pickup. If you're ordering it online to be a completionist, certainly pay whatever you need to pay, but I wouldn't go seeking this out for full price. That's what I'm saying. So if you find it, maybe got credit at your comic book store. I mean, it's only $20, so it's not that terrible in terms of price, but I wouldn't go seeking it out. It's not a must-have, a must-read, certainly in terms of the Flash. I mean, you got Jeff Johns and Mark Waid's run before and after this takes place, right? So go and check those out maybe before you jump into this. As a first Flash comic book trade paperback, maybe you might be intrigued, to read more. It's certainly got small enough stories that explore different aspects of his life and his powers that you might get hooked into the Flash. So maybe there's your introduction right there. The Flash by Grant Morrison and Mark Millar. Check it out if you haven't read it. If you'd like my review, recommendation, or whatever. If not, if it didn't sound like something for you, then don't worry about it. Thanks for watching anyway. We'll see you guys next time in the funny pages.